Afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Rangers Rabble halftime reaction of St Mirren versus Rangers. St Mirren 0, Rangers 0. Graham, not much to shout about really there, was there?
Nah, if we're being honest, it's probably we're sticking to the form that we've been showing. All the possession in our own half, around about halfway line as well, and just lack of creativity in the middle. Some nice wee touches with Tillman and Wright and Kent look a wee bit more lively than normal, but again, just lack of creativity and it's just cross, out wide cross. It's boring. That's the word I would say, boring.
Yeah, I mean, there's been the odd flashes of attacking intent from maybe Kent and Scott Wright. I think Tillman's had the odd run, but yet again, it's flashes. There's no domination there, is there?
Especially in their half. It's no dominating the ball in our half when they're in possession, but that's because they're sitting off us, so they're giving us the ball basically. But it's we're getting some nice positions. Wright's been in a few positions, and it's just that kind of final ball. Or sometimes we always kind of more about the final ball, but I'd like to see some of the better movement and try and get away from their man, so it's a clear pass rather than hitting into a crowded area and stuff like that. But
Aye.
it's sticking to the form we've been shown, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose the first 10 minutes we'll go in that. I mean, it was just frenetic for me. It was just blood and guts. There was no sort of real anything happened. It was just, I mean, the first 10 minutes just flashed by for me. It was so quick. Nobody was sort of willing to stick their foot in the ball and calm it down. It was just frenetic, wasn't it?
The first half flew by, basically, to be honest.
Yeah.
Lundstrom, for me, he's the one he was annoying me in that first half. I feel as if he should be trying to drive that midfield forward, kind of putting the balls into Kamara's feet constantly in the half space or in behind their midfield, and it's just not happening. I was watching him for a good wee bit, and I feel sometimes when Tavin that's in the ball, he's actually man marking himself out the game. He's hiding behind their players.
Yeah.
I don't like saying that about players, but it was annoying me, and that back pass as well. It's his concentration, and I don't think the desire's there anymore. So it was
Certainly,
making me
his
angry.
match sharpness, you could argue, is very lacking. His touch is like an elephant. Just as you say, it just doesn't seem to be there, does it? It's just a totally different outfit from what we're used to.
The first touch he had of the game wasn't a very good one, that's for sure. I think he was a wee bit harsh to blow the whistle when Tillman went through. I think they could have went to VAR and maybe seen it was kind of both of them. That was maybe a wee bit, but apart from that, he's gone out wide and kind of taking himself out of the game. But the amount of times we've had the chances for crosses, and I didn't even notice him, to be honest, if he was in the box half the time.
Yeah.
It's hard to say it, but I think we're not going to see the Alfie of old anyway.
No. And it took us probably quarter of an hour to get our first chance. A deep cross from Barisic on the left. Scott Wright hit the target. Folk are saying that he should have scored. I mean, he hit the target. I think he just wanted to head the ball down and get it, make it difficult for the goalie. But the goalie actually made a good save, didn't he?
He done everything right. You're always told in these kind of situations, head the ball down to the ground, make it that bounce, make the keeper have to get low to get it. And it was maybe, if you're going to be picky, it was kind of straight at him. But if he could have, but he done everything right in my opinion. So a good save, and it was a good chance. So
yeah, and again, Scott Wright. We spoke about him in the pre-match. He made a break from the middle of the midfield rather than the wing, and took on a couple of players, maybe three players, and his shot just went wide by the post. But at least that was the attacking intent that we were speaking about. The pre-match. Wright getting forward and being positive.
Yeah, I believe Wright and Kent have both been positive. They're running out their players, and they're getting Kent's going wide when he's doing that kind of step over again, going wide, which I don't know why he doesn't do it more, because also the defenders will be expecting it because they're expecting him to come inside. So, and then Wright, like you say, was quite unlucky with that run and shot just by the post.
Yeah, I suppose the only other sort of real chance we had was like in the 35th minute when I think it was a good interchange between, I think it was Kent and Kamara, and then for some reason I don't know why Kamara didn't shoot.
I know, it's a strange one. I think if he gets it across goal and it's a tap in, then it looks brilliant. But we've got to start putting up. I don't know if they do shooting practice in training because none of them seem to shoot when they get in good positions. Tillman's another one. He gets him some positions and he tries to beat another man or do a drag back and stuff like that. Just shoot. And you can get a deflection. Keeper can make a mistake, a tap in, anything. And I just like to see shooting more.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And I think we've got to say, I mean, I think St Mirren at the end of the half there had 3 corners back to back. I mean, we know what we're like with corners, Graham. It's not our forte at defending. I thought we defend. I don't think their crosses were really good, but at the same time, we got rid of it. It's still a worry when we give away corners and free kicks around the box. It's almost like an accident waiting to happen, isn't it?
Throw-ins as well, with Declan Gallagher's long throw. They're just covering their eyes when it happens because you know there's going to be a chance. Or just as a positive, I think Leon King, obviously he's not won everything, but he's dealt with it pretty well. So I think I've got to give a wee bit of positivity. And what I've noticed is Tav's kind of going behind him. So if there is a knockdown, Tav's behind him, which has been quite good. So that's showing they've worked on something, I think.
Yeah.
So hopefully that we can keep that up in the second half.
Just to catch up with Aldo, I think Cholak picked up a knock in the game. Well, we're not sure which game he picked up the knock, but he picked up a knock recently, so that's why he's not playing today. Where else are we going? I mean, that was it. I mean, there's not been much to sort of speak about. I mean, I was being quite positive going 3-0, Graham, but this could be easily the next goal winner sort of style, couldn't it?
I went 2-0 and I was seeing a free kick. I don't think it was a free kick at all, close to goal.
No.
It's going to be one of the ones, a 1-0, I think, written all over it. Just hopefully it's us and we can move on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting you into Gio's shoes just now. You're in there at half time. You're looking at your bench. What can we actually put on that can change this?
If I was going to be bold, I'd maybe even hook Lundstrom and put Kamara deepest and then put Arfield along and kind of making the runs alongside Tillman. But like we said earlier in the pre-match, the bench isn't the strongest, and as much as I enjoy seeing young players play, I don't think it's good to put them on Robbie Euro on for the pressure, not just yet. Maybe the last 10 minutes so for chasing that you can put them on, but not a full half, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, there's Nicholas Moore saying, super sub Arfield. He always seems to make a difference off the bench. He's definitely one of these guys that you would trust more when coming off the bench. He seems to make an impact when he comes on, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think as well. See the positions we've got in. I think Arfield's movement off the ball would be quite good in these situations. It would have been a lot better than what we had in the first half anyway. So hopefully he can make a difference if he comes on.
Yeah, I mean, I think as we said before, we're just in a situation where we've got the team that we've got. We're hooking in sort of youth players now from all over the place because of the injuries. Options are low on the bench, and was it 33, 34-year-old Arfield coming on to make a difference? I mean, that shouldn't be the way, should it?
No, it's not. And if you want to get more depressing, me and my dad were watching. We're going through every single player. There's a question mark against every single player for next season.
Yeah,
and that is mental when you think about where we've came from. But I think Arfield could make a difference in this game, but I don't see much else from the bench because it's not a game for Matondo, especially when Wright and Kent are playing. They're the better players in the first half, so I can't see him coming on.
No.
But so Arfield and Robbie Ewer would probably be your subs for chasing the winner.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just looking at telly to see if there's any news of a sub, but I've not seen anything yet. I'll hold out until just before the half starts just to see if we get any subs. As I say, Arfield's a good shout for the sub. Um, would you do it straight away, or would you give it maybe 10, 15 minutes?
It's different now, obviously, because you can make the more subs, but you can only use 3 spaces. So half time is usually quite good for making a sub, so it doesn't take one of them up. So
Just as you say that, Graham, Arfield is getting stripped to come on. Yes,
I doubt it'll be Lundstrom, but that's who I would take off.
Yeah, well, they've went away, but I mean, Arfield's got his shirt coming off, so I don't know who's
I've
coming
got
off.
a feeling it might be Kamara. Obviously, just coming
Yeah,
back from injury. But
absolutely. But no, as I say, I'll hang on just till I see who Arfield's coming on for. I haven't they've went another advert typically. So, yeah, I mean, it's difficult as well because Lundstrom's the only guy in that midfield that you could rely on to have a bit of dig and a bit of, tackling. But I mean, it's Kamara's first start for a while, though, isn't it?
yeah, it's a strange one. For a while, I was always thinking he was only going to be playing the European games because he always seemed to come back for them. But
No, it's Kamara that's coming off, by the way.
Is it Kamara? So
yeah.
Lundstrom sitting with Arfield and Tillman is kind of the hybrid 8-10. So
yeah,
hopefully it gives more support to Morelos, and when we get in the positions, it gives you the extra player. But
so that's the headline of the halftime. Kamara off, Arfield on. The game's just a way to start, Graham. So I'll let you go, and we'll catch everybody at full time.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.